Everybody see my screen?
No.
Nope. Nothing. Da-da-da-da. Mhm. Nothing happening yet? No sharing?
We can see it.
Oh, all right. Okay. Sorry, just woke up. Let's so sorry, I wasn't completely prepared, but let's start. Hey everybody, let's go around the room. Let's start off with Ariel. And do a little hey, let's start with your favorite cartoon character. Let's start with favorite cartoon. We'll just zoom around the room, and let's start with Ariel, and just call out the next person, and let's start with your favorite cartoon.
Good morning. My favorite cartoon character is probably Scooby Doo because my grandmother used to make me watch it with her, so she would have an excuse. um, Alice.
I'll go. I don't think Alice is gonna. Or usually she doesn't. So I'll
Just out there.
favorite cartoon. Goodness, I haven't watched cartoons in years. I'm gonna go with Powerpuff Girls because they be kicking butt. So
You want to jump on over?
Brittany.
Who next?
I don't necessarily have a favorite one either. I'll just go with Penny Proud because that's the only thing that comes to mind right now. And I'll put it over to Jean.
Morning, thanks, Brittany. Hi, everybody. I know I have a lot of favorite cartoons, but none of them are coming to mind. So I'm gonna go with SpongeBob. I know a lot of SpongeBob episodes. And I will pass it over to, let's see who else we got. Samanpreet.
Hi everyone. My favorite cartoon, I don't watch that much, but like when I was a kid, I used to watch Tom and Jerry, so I would say those are the ones my favorite. I will pass it to. I can't see the names. Sorry, I can't see the names here.
Oh,
I think everybody that's in the meeting has already went.
I haven't gone.
Right?
Hey, so I'm sure no one knows who it is. It's a guy called Secret Squirrel. Old Hanna-Barbera guy. He was, he's like a 007, but a squirrel. That's it. Okay. Mets for an icebreaker on my part, I think. But anywho, so why don't we jump into what our assignments were for this past week? Let's check it out. Sorry, I had everything open. Who knows? Okay. So, did anybody have any issues with their assignments this week? Anything we want to throw out there? Nope. Fantastic.
So I can go first since wait, what time is it? Still stand up. So things that I worked on, of course, was I partnered with Jean, who was a very great partner to pair with this week.
You too.
And we finished our story for the reservation form. I also went on and completed the homework last night. So I did the assigned homework for week 5, and then as well as the structure assignment. And then I didn't have any real impediments or blockers for the week.
Fantastic. This everyone can see the Instagram page from Delfino's. That's the one that you had worked on?
Oh yes, we also completed that too. I forgot about that one.
That's fine.
But that's not the one that me and Jean did was the reservation form. That was our assigned story for the week.
And you guys got a chance to test it out and it all went well?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I think we you know what? I feel horrible. I'm not completely prepared, and my head's not really in on this. But I think we should be doing we should be looking into doing the review right now. So
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but are we in stand up right now? I'm confused.
Yeah. So we're still in stand up. So just getting updates from everybody.
Sorry. Well.
Okay.
I can call on the next person if you want.
Sure. Let's go right ahead.
All right, Brittany.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll go. So this week I worked with Mark in regards to finishing our story of adding the not the reservation, but the feedback form. I also worked with Ebony in regards to our story as well and finished those up. I was able to do some interviews, and then I also spoke to Mark about the lean coffee. The only impediment I had is I was a little confused of where I was supposed to put the information for the lean coffee. If you want me to, I can call the next person to help you out, Mark.
Sure, let us move along. Yeah, that sounds good.
Jean, would you like to go?
Sure, thanks, Brittany. So this week has been really great. I have completed with Ashley. So sorry. Ashley and I completed the homework assignment, adding the registration form to the WordPress site, and then the Instagram link. It was fun. I think we had good teamwork on that. So happy we were able to figure that out. Then last night I completed the homework. Actually had it in front of me here. I completed all the homework. I don't want to waste people's time by looking it up, but that was a really good, challenging assignment that would have been an impediment, but I did take the time to figure that out, including adding to the Lean Coffee chat. And there are no impediments at this time. I will go ahead and pass it over to Ariel.
Hi, I'm driving home from work, sorry. So I didn't do anything this week. I saw a message too late in the group that I was supposed to be in charge this week. So I don't think I had an assignment, but by the time I saw that, I was like, oh crap. I had a family emergency this week, and then when I got back, work was really hectic because I work with kids who run away. So yeah, I am literally just on this call to listen and I'm going to hopefully go back and catch up because I still haven't caught up from the stuff I was backed up on before. So I'm just here.
Fair enough.
You got it, Ariel.
So I hope it gets easier for you.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'm like burnt out. I'm like I'm about to cry soon, but I'm not there yet. So I'm gonna just like try to rest today.
So since you're driving, we can probably call somebody else out for you to move along. Simeon Preet.
Okay,
That's
so
all?
this week I worked on the contact us form page. Sorry, not on the contact number user story where we used to have to place the cell phone number for the store to show on the contact us page. And other than that, I have not done anything. I was sick the whole week. So, and there's no amendments. Thank you. I can pass it to. Not sure if Ashley already had the.
Yeah, I went
Did.
already. Is that everyone?
I think so.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I get to go also. You're right. I worked with Brittany. Thank goodness for her because she pretty much did, I don't know, what, 99% of the actual, legwork on this, and made it very easy. The lean coffee forum, was excited to get that out, but it all happened sort of at the last minute last night to start filling it all in, which I found actually a little. I think being able to fill it out earlier may have set up discussion earlier for us to actually review more, which is sort of something that I was thinking about when I was actually filling out the lean coffee thing. That and and the assignment of setting up the form in Confluence. I actually really enjoyed that. Just being able to have like the steps to go right through it and then see the results was ideal. Something that definitely would be useful later on when we actually are good Scrum Masters, or at least when I'm a good Scrum Master. That'll take a while. Anywho, so I think we should move on because we're done with the stand-up now.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I try something really quickly? There's this request control button, and I just want to see if it works to let me share really quick. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. Okay, it says that you're requesting control on my.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see my screen. Obviously, I'm sharing it. But
Oh, I can like. Is that Stephanie? Is that like me controlling his screen or like?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's you.
Okay, never mind. Decline it. Sorry, I just wanted to try it.
Deny.
Isn't that you requesting control? So it would remove Mark and then add you?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I think is it not you requesting control? Because it might just be kicking off Mark, so to speak, and then you taking control of screens. Does that sound
That's what I.
You can try it to see what happens if you guys want.
Yeah, give it a
Okay,
shot.
Mark, accept it, please. Thank you. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think all it's doing.
Oh, wait a second. Are you're taking control though of my screen?
No, I doubt it. Really?
No, I
s-
am.
Yeah, because I see the cursor moving around on my screen.
There's a difference between request control and then share the content.
So I'm done. Okay, sorry guys. I just want to say
Interesting. That's
not
good
meant for me.
Right. Stay out of my little sauce. Stay out of my saucy files, will you?
Awesome. So I'll go ahead
okay.
and I'll give some feedback on the stand-up. Mark, you did a really excellent job. I love the fact that you did the stand-up or the icebreaker. I think that's really good. And then the other thing that I liked is the fact that you were sharing out your JIRA and also asking a couple of follow-up questions like okay, this has been tested and everything, this is considered done. So I think you did a great job there. I don't really have any constructive feedback for you. So great job. And
Thank you. I think you're being too polite.
Okay, so for today, our agenda is we're doing a review of the work that was done. So I was actually going to ask Brittany, since I think Brittany, you had requested if you could facilitate this week. And then we'll do a retrospective, and rather than doing a sprint planning or a backlog refinement, we'll go ahead and jump into the lean coffee to see what types of questions we have. If we have any additional time after that, we can go ahead and just do like a backlog refinement sprint planning just to get you guys some more experience. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Okay, so we have Brittany, are you good to be the Scrum Master for the review? You're on mute, Brittany.
Sorry, I was talking and on mute. Sorry. Yes, I am. Can you guys not see my screen already?
I can see someone's. Yep, we can see your screen. And
Okay.
then who wants to do the retrospective and the lean coffee? I need 2 Scrum Masters.
I'll do one or the other.
Okay, Jean, if you want to go ahead and do the retrospective, and then who wants to do the lean coffee? Actually, I see Patrick on the call. Patrick, I know you haven't had a chance to be the Scrum Master yet. Would you be interested in doing one today?
Not today.
Okay, so we'll skip Patrick. Who else wanted to go? We have Ashley, Ebony.
Is that gonna be later on? Because I'll be home at like 9:30. This is Aria.
Oh,
I'm
great.
still driving
Yeah.
from work. So if it is like at 9, I don't know what a lean coffee is.
We can help you through it. So once you're back home, if you want to do the lean coffee, that would be great. Okay, awesome. All right, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you, Brittany. I was gonna say, Brittany, you're on mute if you're talking at all. We can see the screen.
Oh man, I've been talking. I'm so sorry. Sorry, you guys are at the bottom, so I couldn't see it. Okay, I said thank you everybody for moving everything over to done. I greatly appreciate that. So we're gonna go through this week's sprint just to discuss the different items that we did. So I'll be calling on you to just kind of go over everything. 1 second. So on this one, it was doing the Instagram page from Delfino's Pizza. I'm sorry, Ashley, you did this, correct?
Yes, and once
Okay.
again, thanks to Jean for assisting on that. We discovered that it was linked to Instagram May, like it had the E on the end. So we just updated that and was able to have the link work.
Oh, so did you just make an Instagram page, or is it connected to the website?
No, it's just connected. Stephanie clarified that it could just be connected to Instagram.com.
Okay.
Did we end up putting it on the specials page?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
And then if you wanted to click on it, we actually ended up linking it to a Delfino's Pizza.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did we? That's right. Sorry.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah. But I think that takes me out of, hold on. Okay.
That's some high quality work.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. The next one is the feedback button and on the contact us. Mark, did you want to speak about it? You're on mute.
Crap. Okay. So, right. The feedback button. This was myself and you, Brittany. And basically, we found it's, what is it called? A widget, a gadget? Right. That's already a part of WordPress. And so, actually, when we started out, I thought we were going to have to develop the entire thing. And that's when Brittany said, no, there's like a little, what is it called? It's not called a widget. It's something else.
It is a widget, I think.
Oh, it is a widget. Great. Oh, look at that. I got it right. And in the process of doing that, we realized that we could throw in actual questions to the beginning to be able to get anyone that would be giving feedback a place to start. So we were able to add, how did you hear about us? Was it easy to order? And were you satisfied with the service and food? Once again, I would have gone with the complete MVP and just seen the widget and plugged it right in. But Brittany moved it forward a little bit more and made it a much better assignment. That said, we plugged it in and here it is.
Thank you, Mark. Yes. And so we had the reservation form. Was that you, Jean?
This was a team effort done by Ashley and I. I will say that on the last class, before we parted for the day, we made a plan for when we'd meet. This was what I thought of when I did a retrospective and pretty much wasn't able to put the time in for Ariel, of which I still do apologize about that. So it was good to nail that down before we parted ways. So that ended up being really good, and it resulted in a better outcome. So on the reservation form, it's on the home page.
Okay.
We couldn't quite find, where else to put it, as we were kind of troubleshooting where it looked like it would go. I could only find like adding blocks, that userability, like the edit link icon to click on the home page. But we ended up adding this one here. This one was cool because it was pretty customizable. At first, it seemed like it was like booking an appointment, but we were able to add a block where it says reserve a table, where we could customize the text. And then you could really customize this block to begin with. Whereas, for example, if you edited it, you could delete the email or something like that. Then the time instance wasn't like that before. I don't recall how it was before. Ashley, do you remember like how the default option was?
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, me neither. What we ended up doing was you could customize it in input time blocks. So then we were really talking about, well, first of all, what are the hours? So we referenced whomever did the issue for, or the user story for the store hours. And then based on that, we were thinking, well, what times do people eat pizza? Because I was like, 10 a.m., Ashley, 10 a.m. She was like, no. So we started it at 5, did hour increments. And, the people working the store don't want to be held up until close. So we had the last one 9 to 9:30. So yeah, this one was fun, and tested it, and it seems to be working. So, and then I guess the last issue that came up, if you scroll down a tad, the button said like, it didn't say book a room, but it was something that didn't quite fit.
It was a book appointment.
Book appointment, yes. It was like, well, you needed a pizza appointment, true, but we were able to delete that and then add a custom button. Was it that, Ashley, or did we just edit?
We tried to add a custom button. I forgot how the submit button came about, but I don't think it was anything. I think we may have switched like the layout or something, and it just populated on its own, but we did not like actually create the submit button.
I think it ended up being a default button because we added a button and then we had the submit button that you see there and then the one that we added. If you remember, but sorry.
Yeah, that's right. But it came out okay, and here we are.
Yep. So, mission accomplished.
Perfect. I'm glad that you were able to figure that out and take the time and the initiative to get it done. So the second to last thing was adding the phone number. Simran Puri, that was you?
Yes, yeah. So this one pretty straightforward. So I just added the contact or call us number into the contact us page. That's all.
Yes. And I always like how you add the image. It's such a great thing. So I appreciate you adding that in, Jer.
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Jeez, okay.
Is that Ebony?
Yes, this is me. I've been trying to talk the whole time, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, not from you from the beginning, the volunteer and everything, but I guess no one could hear me then. Sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. And then the last one is the contact us form, which was you, Ebony, and I. Do you want to speak about the contact us form?
Sure. So on the contact us page, we just added so they'll just put their full name, their email, and comments, and then just put that label. It was pretty simple putting this form on there. Me and Brittany did it together. I'll say it was probably like a one-pointer, but yeah, pretty simple.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Ebony. That was the last item. And the last thing that we're going to do is look at the reports for the sprint. And so on this rundown chart, it looks like we started with 10 story points. And if I'm reading this, am I reading this correctly? That it looks like we were in a 1-week sprint and we finished everything beforehand. Is that why that gray line is going further out? Because it says it for a 2-week sprint?
Yeah, we must have set it as a 2-week sprint, and that's why it looks that way. But you're reading it correctly.
Okay, well, it looks like we finished everything correctly in a timely manner within that sprint, so there is no issues there as well. Is there anything else?
Awesome. If you wanted to go through, actually, we
I
can't
think
do the
Jean has
velocity.
her hand raised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Ebony, if you wanted to do the retrospective, I know you were trying to volunteer and you had some troubleshooting, so I just wanted to offer that. You might.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, yes, that's fine. I can do that. Thank you, Jean.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I was gonna say for the retrospective, I'll have Ebony do the velocity chart. But as far as feedback, I want to say you guys did an excellent job as a team getting all of these things done. I know some of the stuff wasn't super easy, but looks really great. And as far as facilitating, I think you did a great job letting people really demonstrate what they did and going through the different screens. For the burn down chart, you did a great job explaining that. Just as a side note, I would keep anything that's in the review is really for the stakeholders. So demonstrating what things actually look like, saying these are the stories that we finished. And if you have an idea of things that might be coming up in the next sprint, either you or the product owner could say that, but that's kind of optional. For the burn down chart and the velocity, I would go through that. You can either do it, I would probably do it like as you're closing out the sprint with the team, share it in the retrospective. That way they can talk about like, you know, why did their burn down chart look a certain way? How was our capacity and how did we balance that work? But
Okay, and
great.
should that be talked about at the beginning or the end of the retrospective?
You would want to do that at the beginning. You would want to do the charts at the beginning of the retrospective. That way everybody can reflect on that.
Okay.
Yeah, but great job, Brittany.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so I was going to say, Ebony, if you wanted to go ahead and share out your screen and do the retrospective, but if you could go in, close out the sprint, and then just share the velocity report first.
Can I confirm understanding,
Okay.
Stephanie, real quick?
Sure.
So based on your feedback, so then the taking a look at the burn down, that should have happened at a different point, did you say?
At a different point. You want to do that really in the retrospective.
In the
So share with the team like any data that you have as far as how they did.
Okay, and so then was there a different type of report that falls within the with the review?
With the review, you really don't have to do any reporting. One thing that I do sometimes is I'll export everything from Jira and say, these are all the user stories that are completed, anything that might have gotten carried over, but it's mainly like a demonstration. That way stakeholders can physically see the product that was created and then provide any feedback. So the reports are mainly for the internal team to see how they did.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. Ebony, I don't know if that's you sharing your screen. I did accidentally go ahead and
Okay, completed. Okay, perfect.
I thought that's what you're looking for. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I was like, what happened to the? I thought it
Yeah,
wasn't showing on
sorry.
my end. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So what I'll do is go ahead and show everyone the velocity chart to show what we completed for the week. 1 second, it's just a little slow. Okay, so this is our velocity chart. So for sprint 4, we did pretty well. This is what we committed to, and this is what we actually completed. So we actually completed what we committed to. It looked like that we had no impediments and no blockers. So great job, everyone, for the team collaboration. Any questions so far? Okay, perfect. Well, then I'll move forward with our retrospective. 1 second. Stephanie, I had a question. So I was trying to pull up the old retrospective from last week. When I go under Delfino's Pizza, I don't know what.
Yeah.
This is what I did yesterday. Let me see. What did we do?
If you
Delfino
click
Pizza.
on where it says space shortcuts, if you click on retrospectives, it might actually be under there.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Okay, so I guess it's just showing the one, but there is, I think it's because different people were creating them, and you have to kind
Okay.
of group them together under one link. But
Okay.
yeah, if you want to type in, I guess what would have been, I'm trying to remember what last week was, the date, the 9th. If you want to search for that in Confluence and just put 10, or even just type retrospectives and see what comes up.
9th. This must be it. Oh, created by me? No, this is not it.
Is it that top one? Or no, that's the other one you already did. I forget who
Yeah,
did
that's the one.
Yeah, who did the retrospective last week?
Wait, 9,
I'm trying to pull that up.
10. So reviewed.
Someone pre.
Was it someone pre? Yes, that was it. Yes, she did it last week.
Yes.
Can you let us know, I guess, what action items we had? If you can pull it up on your end, please.
Just fine.
Sure, thank you. And then while she's doing that, we'll give her a second. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick icebreaker. That way we can move forward if that's okay with everyone. Okay, perfect. So I'll call on Eugene. Tell me what's your favorite food?
Oh man, I
Or
love
did we do
food.
did we do that one already? A food?
No, I mean
Okay,
maybe in
perfect.
the very, very beginning, but
Okay.
I
Okay,
could
cool.
always talk about yummy food. I think in the very first class we did this and I said cauliflower pizza, so I won't redo that one. So I am blanking of what my favorite food is. I do love Tex-Mex, so Uncle Julio's is a delightful meal. So I'll wrap that up and pass that over to Brittany.
I'm sorry I missed the first the question, so can you please tell me?
Oh yes, yeah. What's your favorite food?
Oh, okay. It is American food. Just because that's, I don't know, just an easy thing to always find at every restaurant. I just like the different types of American food, from ribs to burgers. So that's my thing.
Nice.
I'll. Do you want me to pick or?
Yes, you can pass it on. Thank you.
Okay. Ashley.
I mean, it's not gonna change. It's always some kind of seafood pasta, but I would also like to add that pineapples do not go on pizza. And I will pass it on to Simranpreet.
Okay. I'm still trying to find that page. I remember I put it
Oh,
some. So
okay, you're still looking. I'm so sorry. Mark, did you already go?
No, I haven't gone. I would have said jambalaya, but you know, since that last comment, pineapples do go on pizza, and I am going to say pizza, especially with pineapple. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Seems like the topic should have been favorite pizza toppings since it's Delfino's.
Right.
Yes, I'm willing
Angry
to go
pizza
to war.
toppings. So, geez, can't see it. I'm not getting everybody on here. Has Patrick on?
No, I have not.
All right.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Southern food. I'm really in the mood for that now. I could use some of that. Let's see. Who else?
What kind of food, Patrick?
Southern.
Got it.
I could use a lot of comfort right now, so Southern comfort food would be great. Who hasn't gone? Ariel, did you?
Says Ariel's in a call. Looks
Oh,
like.
Is there anyone who hasn't gone? Am I the last one?
Yes, so I didn't go. So yes, my favorite food right now is an Indian dish called butter chicken and naan bread. It is so good. If you want to give it a try, you can. I choose butter chicken because I know some of the other dishes can be a little spicy, but I have tried them anyway. Like what is it called? It's butter chicken and chicken 65.
Samosas.
Yeah, chicken 65 can be a little samosa. That's really good. I love that too. But yeah, that's not that spicy to me. I guess it depends on what Indian restaurant you get it from. But so far the ones I've tried has not been that spicy. But the samosa, but the chicken 65 can be spicy if they cut up a lot of, put a lot of green peppers in there. But yes, if you can give it a try, you'll love it, I think. Okay, perfect. And then I think everybody went, correct?
Sorry, I heard you. I heard my name being called. It's Aria, but I was going off
Okay.
on the Dunkin' Donuts lady because she messed up my order, so I couldn't say anything. But my favorite food right now is pasta. It's very comforting, and I'm putting on a lot of weight, but no, it's doing what it's supposed to do.
All right, perfect. Thank you everyone for just letting me know what your favorite food is. Hopefully you gave some other people some ideas for the rest of this week as well. Maybe, try different things. And Simon Print, were you ever able to pull it up? If not, that's fine. We'll just be able to.
No, I still remember I shared the link in the conversation, and
Yeah, I actually can drop it in the chat here if you wanted to click on it. Let me see. It was written as Sprint 3. I think that's why. Are you able to see that in the chat window? How many?
Am I going down? Let me see something here.
I
Let
can
me
see it
click
there.
my chat again. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay, let me pull it up. Thank you.
thank you
You're
so
welcome.
Okay, perfect. So I see something checked right here. Do you see anything? I see something. We had an action item. I don't know what it was.
I don't know if we actually decided on
put one
action
thing?
items.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
had
I-
added
Okay.
some action items. Maybe I misunderstood the assignment.
Okay, no, that's fine. So just to give a quick recap of what we had, and then we'll move forward really quick. For Matt, we just had the lack of participation. Hopefully we were trying to make, do better this week. Then we had life balance and challenges, and again, there was life participation. Then we also spoke about the SAD. I know some people were not assigned partners, but I think we worked on that. It was a little better for this upcoming week. Everyone also was, sad about it was the last day of class, which will actually be today. Then we had some glad moments. Learning about fun retrospective, the ones that Stephanie put out there for the team. And then, everyone said they had a good experience with the course, learned from their team members, and contributed in class with partners. So that was just some of the, items that we all put down collectively as a team. So now today, the retrospective I have is wow. Like, what's the wow factor? Like, what went really well? What was exciting for the team? Also moving forward, worry. What you still kind of like worried about? Like, if there were like any impediments or any blockers. And things that we can fix, towards the future. Just the last day of class though. So, but also wondering, probably I would say since it's our last day of class, wondering like what you will take from this experience. You could probably say something about that. And go from there. Or if you're just wondering, how come something didn't work while you were actually doing your doing your user story, you can bring that up as well. So I'll start with the wow. Did anyone have anything for wow?
I'll go.
Okay, what did you have?
I would say, wow, it was a lot of fun to work so collaboratively with Ashley and on that homework assignment, and worried that, we shouldn't be worried about the past, but worried that Ashley, that Ariel, these A names, I tell you, may have felt like we weren't able to work together. So wondering if you want to work together in the future, I would be happy to. Also wondering from Stephanie, what's next? I mean, I think we all have gained so much value from the course. Hate to put you on the spot, but as you are the instructor, I think everyone wants to know.
Yeah, and I think we should talk about that in the next one as we go through the lean coffee, but I do want to give you guys some tips as far as what's next.
Awesome, thanks.
And Jean, I am totally fine with that last week happened. I forgive you. It's not your
Thank
fault.
you.
Like life happens. Like
Yes.
that last week for you was this week for me. So, I
Oh,
get it.
yes, I gotcha.
So don't
All
feel
right.
bad. Don't worry at all.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for that. And then anyone else want to go next? And it's okay if you just have just a wow or just one worried or wondering. If you don't have anything for all three, that's absolutely fine as well. If you just want to give your input on one, that's fine. Anyone to speak
I'd
about
love to throw in actually for the wow.
Okay,
It
perfect.
happened last week with the fun retrospectives site, and this week, even though I know the Confluence is a fantastic tool, there's a lot of stuff that's in there that can be really helpful that I didn't get a chance to actually dive deeper into, but I sort of shallow dive, but there's a lot of great stuff that's in there that can really be helpful. That was my wow. Excuse me. Worried. I guess the only worry that I have is sort of moving into the future, making sure that I can fuse a team together as a Scrum Master. I don't know if that's necessarily the Scrum Master's role, but I do know that, you know, being able to create a certain amount of psychological safety is really important. And that all happens like at the beginning. Wondering. Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. And then just to piggyback on what you just said, Mark, far as like your worry, I think you'll be fine. Like once you start a job, you will have like some shadowing, and then you can actually take ideas from other Scrum Masters as well, like the ones you are shadowing. They may give you like one or two to shadow. And then you'll realize how confident you are, like once you're actually hands-on and doing the work. But I think your confidence level go, you know, shoot up the roof. They may, depending on the job you're working at, they may give you like a week or two to shadow someone. And I don't know if that's all positions, but even if they don't give you the opportunity to shadow, I feel like what we're doing with Stephanie as well, it'll definitely help because it's like a simulation. So it's actually what we're doing in, you know, actually real time is what I realized. And then most of the teams, they're just going with the flow because every Scrum Master have their own ways of doing things. You'll notice that as well, but you can just take what you want from this Scrum Master that you may, observe while you're at your new position, but as long as you're going like with the flow, and then realizing too that everything is not going to be perfect following the Scrum guide. Far as like if they may not have all their stand-ups for 5 days, but it could be to the fact that they're also working other projects. You'll know once you meet the team. But I think like once you get in, you know, get a position at a job, I think it'll definitely run smoothly as long as you just, you know, keep practicing, keep studying, go off the Scrum guide, but just remember that everything from the Scrum guide you may not, you know, follow. You may tweak some things, and then knowing when to say no when you need to protect your team. That's my feedback for that.
Yes, and
Um,
believe in yourself.
yes.
Like,
Yep. That's a big one
take
too.
the confidence if you have to, but believe in
Yeah.
yourself and don't let anyone else see your lack of.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. That is so true. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, hey, I'm a Scrum Master. I'm a Scrum Master. And you go out there and you do that. You prove it, you know? And I think you'll be very successful. Even if you're nervous, it's fine. Just keep pushing, you know, you'll learn from your mistakes. Record it. Like I had to ask my teams, like, hey, you mind if I record? They're like, yeah. So record it, go over it, see what you made mistakes in, see what you need to make improvements on, and then continue to improve from there. Watch videos on YouTube, continue to study. You will always study as a Scrum Master. So that's my you know, just I'm not gonna take up your time, but I just want to put that out there. Okay, so let's
Thanks.
see.
That's really supportive.
Perfect. Okay,
Preaching
you're
this
welcome.
morning. Thank you, Pastor Ebony.
You're welcome. Just try to, you know, let everybody know how my experience was because I was there. So I just trust me, I understand. Any other wow, worried, or wondering from anyone else? Anyone that didn't go yet?
I would say for a while, just the hands-on experience that we all received as actual Scrum Masters, which ties into you saying, look in the mirror, tell yourself you're a Scrum Master, because we actually had hands-on practice thanks to Stephanie running ceremonies and different things like that. So everybody in here is a Scrum Master.
There you go. That is true. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. Anyone else? And like I stated, if you don't have one for all three, that's absolutely fine. If you didn't go, if you just have one quick one, I'm fine with that as well. Or if you don't have nothing at all, just say pass.
I
Hmm.
have I have one this area.
Okay.
Wow, I think to pay like everybody else said just the experience, because I think when I first like thought of being in this role, like I was kind of like, okay, I know, I think I can do this, but like even on the first day of class, it was more like, okay, I know I can do this. Like I literally, even through like all the other stuff that's been happening for the past 6 weeks, I literally like get excited to like do my work. And like there's been weeks when I haven't had time to do it and I get upset because I'm like, oh my goodness, like I want to catch up on the work. And I think that is so like the class is so well put together that even though I miss things, like I'm confident that like I can go back and like be caught up because like the recordings and everything Stephanie has put together for us is so thorough. Um, and I guess my wondering, I don't have a worry, but my wondering is how long do we have access to the the recordings, because I do have to catch up. I am backed up for the next 2 weeks. So I don't know when I have to. I'm gonna try to do some tomorrow, but will we have access to the recordings and stuff like past this actual date?
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to cover at the end is you guys will have access to like Microsoft Teams, Jira, and Confluence for the next 2 weeks, just because of the cost of licensing. That's why I end the license. So I was going to say, please make sure to download like any of the documents you want. All of those things are there for you guys. Different guides. As far as the recordings, what I can do if you're still wanting access to that after the 2 weeks, I can actually move that over to a private YouTube link for you guys. So it will just be your own email will be able to access it and you can go through and watch the recordings.
Yes, that'll be nice. I second
Thank
that.
you. That would be
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, let's see. And then anyone else? Okay, I'll go really quick. My wow is that this is a great hands-on experience for me, especially with the simulation, because I felt like someone else just explained. I didn't have that hands-on experience, so I was a little nervous about that part. Going in not really knowing, you can practice the Scrum guide and stuff, but like when you go on YouTube videos, it really don't give you like that, simulation like what we had now. Worried. I guess I was worried about how long we'll have. Well, no, I'd say I was wondering. I'll say that as a wondering. So worried. I don't have any worries right now, so have nothing for that. But wondering like, would this be the last for Stephanie? Would this be the last time we actually could like ask you a question for this week or whatever? Like if we had some questions in reference to like what we've been completing, because I know we won't be able to reach you anymore after this. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so I'm leaving the Teams access open for the next couple of weeks. If you guys have any
Okay.
questions, feel free to drop things in there. Please share it with the whole team. That way everyone can see what the questions are. If it's something personal, you can always send me a private chat on there. But I'll let Alice talk about it after this, but we're going to do a networking event once a quarter starting in November. So you'll also have access to me and access to your fellow Scrum Masters, as well as my former clients and students.
Cool. Thank you for that information.
Yeah.
All righty. So before I close this out, anyone do they want to speak about anything else? Or if not, we can close it out. Okay, perfect. Did anyone should we let me see, take on some action items? Do we need any action items here? I think we'll be speaking about most of these things in the lean coffee, right, Stephanie?
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay,
could
so
put the action item in there if you guys did want to say anything as far as like keeping in touch or additional things
okay,
you
yeah,
so feel free to
sure.
go through that.
Yeah, thank you. Did anyone, put an action item in reference to that, like keeping in touch or?
So I added an action item in the lean coffee regarding keeping in touch.
Okay, so I guess we can use that one in lean coffee, but I'll just type it here as well.
Mhm.
And that'll be for the whole class. Okay, perfect. All righty. So that will close us out for the retrospective. Thanks everyone for participating. I definitely appreciate it. And I definitely appreciate everyone in this class sharing thoughts and experiences. It's definitely been helpful for me as well. And then how come I can't publish? Oh, okay, I don't have the name. So what I'll do is on the back end, I'll add everyone's name and then I'll publish it from there. So I'll do that on my end. And I guess I'll be complete with the retro. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks
I
so
really
much.
like the WOW format, so I just wanted to say good job. Sorry for interrupting, Stephanie.
Oh, no,
No.
thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, you did a great job facilitating, Ebony. I loved the format of the retrospective that you did. I might have to steal this for my retrospectives with my team. But you did a great job. You reviewed the previous retrospective, so it's really important to see what action items we had, what things we kind of recognized in the last one. used a really great format and got feedback from everyone. Also wanted to say thanks for your advice that you gave to the team. It's really cool hearing that from a Scrum Master that's in the class, just trying to build everybody's confidence. So thanks so much. And good job on the velocity as well. So no constructive
Thank you.
feedback. I think you did an amazing job, Ebony. And I was going to say, Ariel, are you back at your house that you could do the lean coffee?
I am.
Okay, cool. So do you know where to go to pull that up, Ariel?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was going to say, can someone drop the link in the chat window so Ariel could access that and share at her screen? And in the meantime, I just wanted to go through a couple of announcements and just speaking to what you guys had said as far as what's next. So I really wanted to say how proud I am of the whole team. Everyone's been super engaged. I love that you guys really were collaborative and working together, and that you're really leaning on each other for support. So please continue to do that. Remember that this has really been like a safe zone, and you guys can continue to use each other for networking and questions. Please keep each other updated, and myself as far as any wins that you have. I'm going to let Alice at the end of this talk about the November event that we're doing, but I'll send information via email. As far as like the class, something that's really helpful to me is if you guys could fill out a quick survey. I'll send that via email, but it's only 5 questions. And using that survey has really helped me to tweak the class. So it asks, whether or not you would recommend this to friends and family. What are the things that you really liked and what are the things that could have been improved? That's really, I would say, the improvements or things that you liked. That is really what helps me continue to improve this for future Scrum Masters. So I appreciate any feedback. And then really the biggest thing that you guys can do if you enjoyed this class would be testimonials and referrals. I'll be sending that via email, but it's just social proof to other people that, how this class has gone and how it can help future Scrum Masters. So if you enjoyed it, please definitely give me a testimonial or referrals. Really appreciate that. And then I already went over the fact that you guys have access to the different tools, but you can go into Jira and Confluence if you haven't done so already. Feel free to download or get access for free and go through the videos, play around, create your own project. If you want to, you could even pair up or get the team together and continue to work on some type of project. So that's really an option for you. And then the other one that I'll throw out is the Agile Sidekick course. So this is the Agile Sidekick course has 22 videos, and it's really just focused on helping you get into the role and then what are the things to expect when you're a Scrum Master. So it goes over everything from like, how do you negotiate, how do you interview well, and then once you get into the role, like how do you deal with resistance, how do you try to get promotions and things of that nature. So if it's something you're interested in, definitely check it out. We have it on sale for $97 for the next week or so. And then that's going to go up in price to $247. I know, thanks so much to Ashley and Patrick. I know you guys got access to the course. So if anyone has any questions, you could feel free to reach out to me or you could get feedback from Patrick and Alice on how that's going for them. See if I missed anything. I think that was really everything I had. I wanted to see, Alice, if you just wanted to give a quick update as far as what the networking event will look like.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, Scrum Masters. Congratulations. Everyone did amazing. So proud of you guys. Thank you, Stephanie, for creating this platform for all of us. So Stephanie and I have been Stephanie brought up a great idea as far as creating an alumni board where after we do the Scrum Immersion program, a place where we can communicate, network, have different topics on anything that anyone needs to talk about. So we're thinking sometime in November. The date is to be announced, maybe for it to be about an hour, around 9 o'clock on a Saturday, a time that may be convenient for everyone. So we can have different topics as far as anyone who's graduated from the Scrum Immersion program, we're thinking what it's like on their first day on a job or their first couple of weeks on a job, just trying to get an insight as, you know, the first time being a Scrum Master. How is it like during that first week or the first month or 90 days? And of course, if you guys have any other topics or questions or anything you would like to know more about, please give us suggestions. Send an email out to Stephanie. Let me see. Such as if you want to get more practice on some ceremonies like Scrum ceremonies or different conflicts that may come up as a Scrum Master. Sorry, guys, I'm not great at public speaking. Yeah, that's what I have for now. I don't know if you want to add on to it, Steph.
No, I think that's great. We'll make sure to keep you guys updated, give you plenty of notice on when that event's going to be. Thanks for going over that, Alice. And I forgot
Sure.
two more things I wanted to mention before I hand it over to Ariel. So the first one is feel free to use me up as a reference. You guys did a really great job in this class. I'm happy if you want some kind of a reference for a job to say, you know, your actual experience as a Scrum Master, go ahead and reach out. And then make sure to update your resume and your LinkedIn. As I believe Ebony had said, you did get hands-on experience as a Scrum Master, so you can put this as a project on either of those to showcase what you actually did. So I will go ahead and hand it over to Ariel if you wanted to go ahead and facilitate the lean coffee, and we'll help you along the way because I know you said that you're not as familiar with the lean coffee.
I didn't see a link in the chat. So I don't know. Is it in Confluence?
It is.
I have Confluence open, so if you want to.
Yeah, if you wanted to go ahead and share out your screen, I think if we just search, Mark, did you call it lean coffee or did you call it something else?
Yeah, I called it unanswered questions for Scrum Masters.
Okay.
I think that's what I think that was a phrase from last week's retro, and I think I just threw it in there. Trying to find it.
Okay, cool. Do you see it on there, Ariel? I can even drop it in the chat too.
I'm trying to share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, you can see it. I dropped it in the chat window if you don't see it on the Confluence page.
Let me refresh it.
Yeah, and if you go into, could you go into the Teams chat window, Ariel, and then you could see the Confluence link for the unanswered questions.
Okay. Here we go. I do not. Is it?
That's okay. If you click on the meeting or the meeting that you're in, so clicking on my face since it's showing me on there.
Click
And then
on
there should be a little chat icon. There you
these.
go. Yep. And it should be right in there at the bottom.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So is this what I'm supposed to have?
Yep. You're good. So typically what we would do in a lean coffee is you would have everybody vote. That way you can go and you kind of time box it. So you'd go through if everyone said that they want to do, so everyone add your LinkedIn profile to the sheet. If that was a question, that would be the first topic. Talk about it for a couple of minutes. I think we'll have enough time to go through all of these. So really, if you just wanted to start from to do, we could go all the way over and just go through these.
Okay. So just ask if everybody wants to add, or if everybody added their, or would like to add their link.
So if you just want to go over what the action or what the to-do items are, and then if anyone has any questions or comments around that. So you can just read it out.
So sorry, I haven't like watched the thing. So where would the lean coffee take place? Like, is it during the retrospective?
Yeah, so the lean coffee is just it's pretty much called an agenda-less meeting. So you come in, there's not a set agenda, and then what people would do is they would list out, these are the different topics that I'm interested in. Typically, you might have like 20 different topics, but because you only have an hour or so, you want to vote on what's the highest priority that people really want to talk about. And then you just drag it from to do to in progress to done. That way you're able to go through things in priority order. So it could be like, if you wanted to do it as a retrospective, you could. If you wanted to do it, I've seen it done for like Scrum Master Guilds, which is just like a group of people that get together that are Scrum Masters and go over topics. So it's something we might do for one of our networking events. But you could really use it anywhere. It doesn't even have to be related to Scrum. Does that answer your question, Ariel?
Yes. I kind of just asking, I was wondering like how you would start. I mean, because like just reading off a to-do list right now, like it's like, I know I wouldn't start it like that. So I'm just
however you want to start it is fine, Ariel.
So would you start it with like a icebreaker? Like, I'm not gonna do that for the interest of time, but
yeah, you could definitely start it with an icebreaker. If it's people that don't really talk as much, or you just want to get the group talking in the beginning.
Okay. So I guess show of hands, if anyone would like to add their LinkedIn profile to the sheet. And do I have to go back to the screen so I could?
So Ariel, if I can chime in on that one, I added a link where it's highlighted. And first of all, I want to say that this is new, so it's totally fine if you're not familiar. I only found it last night. I know Mark had put it together and shared it, I think, a week or two ago. But yeah, perfect. There's the link there, and I don't know if you want to copy it and share it in the chat, or I just found that it was hard to find. Even I couldn't re-find it again. So then I think Patrick made a comment like a lot of people aren't noting on there, and I thought maybe people were not seeing it. So.
Okay, so far, Jean, Patrick, Brittany, and Simranpreet have added their LinkedIn information on the sheet. So if anybody else would like to, I just dropped the link in the chat.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll send this out via email too, just so everybody has it as a reminder if you want to add your name in.
Okay. My screens are going crazy. All right, now I lost my sheet, my screen. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Oh my goodness. Let me just click this again because.
Can I just say this is me all the time, so you're not alone on that.
This is literally like every window we've had to open for this class on this thing. So, and so applying to more jobs, like I don't know how to ask that. Yeah. Like, what's the format of asking this? Because like I could read off the list, but I don't like understand.
Yeah, typically, so I think it's just the way some of the comments were put on here. Really, in Lean Coffee, it would be like a topic to be discussed. So I know that's not like, for some of these, it's not meeting that format. So it would be like, I want to talk about this specific conflict as a Scrum Master, or I want to ask, how do I apply for more jobs? And then we would spend time, whatever we pick as our time box, 2 minutes talking about it. So I don't really see.
Sorry, I added
Yeah.
all those things and I didn't really know how to use it. So
That's okay. Yeah.
Actually, if
so
I can throw in, go ahead.
So for the
Um,
everyone add your LinkedIn profile to the sheet, would that be moved over to in progress?
Yeah, and it's better if you have a different type of tool. I couldn't think of a free tool to use for this. But if we decide to do this again for a networking event, I'll try to figure out even like a paid tool to do that.
And how would it be moved over?
So if we had something, there's like a tool called Miro where you can actually have cards that you would move from one side to the other, but we don't really have that functionality within Confluence. So you can really just leave it there.
Okay.
I
Actually,
think
that whole thing, go ahead.
Oh, so great. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I completely agree with the whole idea of the Miro board because when I went back in to throw stuff into this, I just stuck it in one sentence with 3 things that sort of popped out to me. Like I'm that last comment under action items where I just threw in team development, psychological safety, and communication. And what I was thinking, because this is all new to everybody, was that there would be a bunch of subjects and that as a team, we would all just decide, we would just like on a Miro board, move everything over to, 3 people voted for this, 5 people voted for that. And just based on that, we would end up figuring out what subject we wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
Like the first part would just be everybody voting on something. And then the majority of the time spent afterwards would be having a coffee house discussion or water cooler discussion.
Yeah, so I think what I'd like to do, because I think the things that are on here aren't as much what I was thinking in terms of doing for a lean coffee. I think if we could just open it up to discussion, if there are a bunch of questions, if we want to prioritize them, we can. So I really wanted to open it up here for you guys to say what things were not answered in class. I'm happy to go over those questions or other things you have as far as next steps. We can discuss that too. But I'm going to time box it to about 10:10. So maybe Ariel, if you wanted to go ahead and facilitate that discussion.
Okay. If anyone has anything they would like to, or they have any questions about that they haven't gotten answered so far, you're welcome to share.
I have a question for Stephanie. So when say you secure maybe a job offer as a Scrum Master, in order not to undercut yourself based on, I guess everyone's experience, it may be different, but how do you ensure that you don't undercut yourself and just take whatever they give you? Like, what would be a fair, I guess, pay range for someone with?
That's a great question, Ashley. So I have a couple of tips here. The first one, I know some people might disagree with me. I always say never accept the first offer. Most companies are expecting you to come back and counter anyway. And the worst thing they can say is no. So you can always go back and say, based upon this experience, I have whatever you want to say, my certification, or I have such and such experience. Based on the market value, this is what I'm really looking for, and then try to negotiate that. As far as the actual amount that you're looking for, I really like to use guides like, I think it's payscale.com, salary.com, ZipRecruiter is a really good one. I've used that in the past to figure out what's the proper range. So I would try to go to like the higher end of that range for the amount of experience you have. That way, if they come back, you're still closer to what you're looking for in salary range. And then the other thing too is make sure you're factoring all of the different benefits in. So for me, it might be okay to say like it's $5,000 under what I'm asking But if I'm able to get more vacation time at a place, like that's something that's important to me. Or say they have like a really good bonus structure or 401k. Like one company I worked for actually had a 9% match. So just look at the total package, but definitely don't undercut yourself. Try to make sure that you're looking at that market value. Do your
Okay.
research.
And with that, so I guess the same would apply. So for example, I know like, you know, other people in the class that said they may be like shadowing, you know, with the Scrum department or Agile department at their current job. So I guess to provide a specific example, so if I'm talking to the director of the program and he's just like, you know, I'm not sure like where you fit in. So at my job, they're all called Agile development coaches, right? And he's like, you know, these people have, you know, 5+ years of experience. You know, you're able to shadow for these months, and then I could see, I'm not sure, but we could probably bring you over. But you know, you don't have the experience, as much experience as them. So like, where would you still refer to like pay scale or whatever to like give him a number or?
Yeah, you can still look at those types of things. The other thing that's been really helpful is I'll reach out to other people and ask if they can give me a range. So whether it's friends, colleagues, sometimes even talking to people that you don't have a close relationship with. I was able at one point to talk to someone for a company I was interviewing with. I found out who the person was that was leaving and said, "Can you give me the range?" So that's a good way to make sure you're not undercutting yourself.
Okay. Thank
Can
you.
can I add some advice that was given to me? One, my friend, she is a product owner slash scrum master, and she was pretty much just talking to me because you know a lot of these jobs they'll try to have you doing multiple positions for one pay, and so the biggest thing that she told me was don't be scared to leave. A lot of jobs will try to keep you and it's cool to start off and get in for the experience and take a lower range, not necessarily undercutting yourself, but like just to get in the door. But if you go back to that company and they're not willing to give you what you're looking for, don't be scared to leave, because the other companies that you apply for will look at and find more value sometimes in the experience that you got from that first one. So that was the biggest thing. She was just like, the days are over when you're staying at jobs long term. Don't be scared. She increased her salary over 3 years. Like she doubled what she was making because she jumped from company to company. So that's the biggest piece of advice that I've gotten when I was inquiring.
Yeah, that's really great advice, Ariel. Thanks for sharing that. I've kind of done the same thing as well. At one point, I was able to increase by 20% by going from my current company to another. Sometimes they cap you, HR might cap you at like 5 or 10%, even getting promotions. So I don't like to be a job hopper. I'm not going to every 3 months change jobs, but sometimes, like Ariel said, you might have to go externally to try to get that pay bump.
Does anyone else have anything?
Yeah, I guess I had a question for Stephanie as far as like how can we reflect this on our LinkedIn page? For example, when you review other people's experience, it says they're involved this and that and other things. And I was kind of thinking like you could have like a Scrum Life alum, which you already said, but maybe in a way that we can show it off on our page. And so then that will be, previous to even sending a resume. A resume will have it listed on there as you suggested, but something that could say, hey, I've done this, and this is the project I was working on. I know you can even like create a post and pin it to the top. So if we were like sharing our project or something like that, just to get more credibility before we even, or to get us in the door quicker, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So is your suggestion to have an alumni page, or your suggestion is to try to create a post on LinkedIn to share what your experience was and put it as a featured?
It could be either or a combination. I think initially I kind of talked my way through the idea. Initially I was thinking like a page, because people say, oh, I follow Harvard or whatever. That's the only thing I can mind. Then you can like link it to something. So that's what.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking.
actually a great idea. I'll take that back. I can create an alumni page
Awesome.
for anyone to join. The other thing that you can do too is you can create it as a position. So you can put it however you want to say, like volunteer or hands-on experience, and just list it out as Scrum Life Consulting. You can put all the different things, basically facilitating, doing retrospective, servant leadership. Go ahead and look at some of the other types of some of the other responsibilities that you can put in there, and also update your resume to reflect that experience too.
Could we do that last recommendation collaboratively? I imagine we'll all try to do that because that's an excellent suggestion, right? And then it'll all vary in how well it's put together. So let's just all like figure out really good take it home type edition. Didn't know how to
That's
say
a
it.
great suggestion. So it sounds like you guys all want to sync up and put together something that you can showcase as experience on your resume and on your LinkedIn.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I love that. I know you said you wanted to cap it at 10:10, so should we do one more?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, one last person, would you like to share any concerns, questions you have?
Yeah, I had a quick question. For Stephanie, how long you stay like once you're at a job and you do get the experience because you and is it Ariel gave some great advice. So I guess my question is far as like say for instance you're at a job and you get the experience and then you realize you want to get paid more. What do you think? You like 6 months or to a year be good to move from there, or like what do you think would be a good time frame? Or I guess it just depends on how much experience you feel like you got from that at that
Yeah.
company to move forward.
Yeah, it's really a personal decision and what feels right to you. But I typically would try to stay around a year to get that experience, build up my resume, and feel comfortable going to another job. But it could be less, it could be more.
Okay.
Oh, and to add on to what I said, another person that gave me similar advice, because when you're applying to new jobs, they might question like why you were only there for a short period of time. They said that they typically put that it was a consultant position because in contract work it could be 3-6 months or whatever. So that was another piece of advice that was given to me.
Yeah, that's really great. Thanks for sharing that, Ariel.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks, Ariel. Whoever you got over there, they're on top of it.
Yeah. I actually told her, I was like, when my salary comes in, you're gonna be responding with my emails because she couldn't negotiate anything. I was like, yeah, I'm not taking anything they offer me. I'll probably end up with double with her. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm pretty sure Stephanie will take all these suggestions.
Awesome. Well, great job facilitating, Ariel. Sorry we didn't have the whole interactive board experience, but I'll look into something that we can use in the future if we want to do that for a networking event. I really just wanted to thank all of you. I feel like everybody's grown pretty closely together over the last 6 weeks, and I want to continue to keep in touch with all of you. I want to hear all of your wins, any challenges that you're having. So please keep in touch. And I wanted to open it up to you guys if you had any last things that you wanted to say before we close for today.
What's the best way to keep in touch or reach out?
So for me or just with the team?
Well, the team, I hope you guys really use the LinkedIn sheet so we can connect that way. But you, Stephanie?
Yeah, I mean, for me, LinkedIn, email. Honestly, I'm even open to if you guys wanted to do like a WhatsApp group with alumni to kind of chat. I know we've done that with some of the previous classes, so totally up to you guys.
I like the idea of WhatsApp. It's very user friendly.
Yeah.
I like the WhatsApp also.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
Yep, I'll do that.
Alrighty. So I just wanted to say thank you to Stephanie. This was a really awesome experience. Thank you for dedicating your time and your energy to even creating this program. I learned so much and was so happy that I got to connect and meet with, other people that are, in similar places in their journey. So I just wanted to make sure that I publicly say thank you again.
Thanks, Ashley.
Yes, and for me, this Ebony, I just want to say again too, thanks Ashley for introducing me, because it really did help a lot. And thanks Stephanie for working with me. I know in the beginning I was kind of like all over the place, didn't know if I should do one-on-one or the class, and you really just maneuvered and like really assisted me. So once you bring that survey my way, I will be filling it out as soon as possible. But I'm very grateful. Just learning to watching the class and then facilitating as well. It definitely builds your confidence and it definitely helps a lot. And then also, having real life scenarios and being able to come to you to ask questions, I definitely appreciate it. And I think as a class, we'll definitely win. So everybody just keep applying, keep your head up, keep pushing. And thanks again, Stephanie. Thanks, class. Just want to say that. Thanks.
Thanks, Ebony.
I also want to say thank you. I asked you about this when I first started emailing you about this, but any opportunities to like have a consultation call or like a resume refresher or anything like that you have to offer us would be great.
Yeah, so I'll send you guys some information out. I'm looking into reopening the one-on-one coaching if anyone's interested in it. Typically, I only do packages of 5, but for my students and former clients, I always give the option if you just wanted to do one session at a time or however many individual sessions that you'd want to do. So I'll send you guys information on that.
Thank you.
So another thought that I had is as far as applying to jobs, I think another collaborative idea, I don't know if one person should do this or if this is something we can do within WhatsApp, but let's say I'm spending an hour to find jobs to apply to, and then we could just share the links of all the jobs that we've applied to. I think you might naturally think that sounds too competitive, but I mean, if the goal is for everybody in the group to get the Scrum Master job, then we'd be really helping each other out. So if I apply to 5 jobs today, I'll share 5 links, for example, if everybody seems that that's something that they want to do. And then you can also create an Excel sheet because I think it can get really out of hand. You might also, if you're developing your resume, then let's say you submit one form of the resume, but you're improving it. You might want to also keep track of which resume version you've submitted so you can have it in front of you when you're on that call. So just some thoughts there.
I love that idea. Sorry, I just saying I love that idea. It sounds very communal, sounds really supportive. That's great.
Awesome. It's going to be a good WhatsApp group. Stephanie, are you going to initiate that or did you want somebody to?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do in that email that I'm sending out is I'll include this Google Doc that you created. And if we could, I'll just go ahead and add a phone number on here. So if everyone wants to share their phone number, and I can create a WhatsApp group. So I'm looking forward to keeping in touch with all of you.
Thank you, Stephanie, so much. I personally really appreciate everything. I know everybody's threw up their thanks, but I wanted to say thank you so much as well. I definitely am interested in the one-on-one, so look out for that in the email.
Well, thanks so much, everybody. It was really great working with you, and we'll definitely keep in touch. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekends.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
You too. Thanks, everybody.